what would you think of a person that's just there in the corner and nobody talks to her? This feels kind of embarrassing for me to talk about, but I felt like sharing this side of being an introverted because maybe some of you feel the same way and maybe you can feel less lonely and weird about it. There's one thing that kind of hurts me and has always made me uncomfortable, especially when I was growing up. The real reason why I don't like attending social events. When you're an introverted person, your social battery runs out of energy fast and you need to recharge it, spending time on your own, relaxing and not feeling the pressure of socializing. But the real reason why I don't like attending social events is the fear of the judgment of others. With people I'm not comfortable around, or I don't really talk too much, or I don't really know, especially in work situations, I tend not to be able to entertain conversations spontaneously, like initiating conversations, because there's fear of rejection. I don't have a huge skill when it comes to small talk, so I feel like I never know what to say. And even when I want to say something, I'm afraid to sound stupid or that a joke that I might make is like not really accepted or something. So these kind of overthinking and poor ability of doing small talk, especially with strangers, pushes me to just sit there in a corner and isolate myself. But it's not self-isolation that makes me feel bad. It's the fact that I feel like people might see me as an unlikable person. Like if she's in the corner right there, it is because nobody talks to her. And if nobody talks to her, it means that nobody likes her. So if nobody likes her, poor her, she's just emarginated, she has no friends. And this loop of thoughts and fears of being judged as unlikable with no friends, that nobody talks to me, makes me feel frustrated and scared. So it's actually the fear of the judgments of others, of what it might mean that nobody talks to me, when the truth is that it's me actually not talking to other people and maybe looking unapproachable and not open to talk to people. It's me being closed in my own box of comfort, and it's not others not liking me, and just me leaving people out and not other people just isolating me. Of course, all these things are in my head because, again, introverted people are oftentimes overthinkers. A small fear translates into a whole spiral into being scared of what other people may think of them. This is something that always makes me feel ashamed. So I basically don't like attending social events because I'm afraid my social self-isolation makes me attract pitiful thoughts by other people, seen as a person that nobody likes talking to. Maybe this comes from my childhood somehow. When I was a little girl, I didn't have many friends. I used to live in a small village and making friends was kind of hard for me. I remember this birthday party where I was invited, but the only few friends that I have weren't invited. So I was basically at this party in middle school with all the other cool guys of school that had nothing to do with me and that I had nothing to do with and nothing in common with them. And they weren't involving me in the games and in the party things. And I remember I was sitting there at this restaurant in the dark room, in another room different from the party room. And I was sitting there in the dark waiting for my family to come pick me while other kids were just playing in the other room all together. And I was there in the dark sitting, like feeling ashamed of what other people would think of me just not having friends and not being involved by my other classmates. Somehow I feel like I'm scared of that pattern perpetuating and that situation happening again. But I know that I'm an adult and I have the possibility to talk to people and just overcome my limits and learn this small talk skill and just get better at it. And this is definitely a challenge that I want to have. I want to challenge myself into changing this huge fear of mine, and I'm kind of filming this video to push myself to just do this, take this challenge and overcome my limits. But I'm also feeling this to make other people feel less lonely if they also feel like this. So push other people going through the same thing to just overcome their limits and join the challenge.